Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on the Oldub YouTube. Now, today's video is all about my 2014 Scirocco R-Line. So let's jump behind the wheel and let's go for a little drive, and we can have a little chat and talk about some of the specs and some of the reasons why this car is so good. Now, I've had this car myself probably from July 2019, so that's about 3 years I've had this car now, and about 30,000 miles down the road. So personally, I think this car is something else. So let's go to the boring stuff, the specs, the facts, the figures, all the consumer advice that people out there who want to buy a car would like to know. So I bought this car in 2019 and that cost me £11,000. So this is a 2 litre Blue Motion 150 brake model, and I think it's probably the best spec Volkswagen Scirocco that you can buy. So number one reason for that is the £20 road tax. You also get cheap insurance, and it is economical. So it's just a bit of a reference. I bought this car, like I said, 2019, so I was 21 when I bought this car, and as a young driver, for me, the insurance was round about £500, I think. Fast forward 3 years and I now pay £300 to insure it. Now, moving on to the fuel, I put probably about £80 for a full tank of diesel, which gets me around 600 miles, probably about 50 to 60 miles per gallon out of it. Now, at the current moment in time, we're in a cost of living crisis, and in some areas fuel is over £2 a litre, so that is definitely not something that can be knocked. So it's economically viable, it's fast, it's exciting, it looks nice, it's got all the mod cons that you'd want to have in a hot hatch, but most importantly, it's economic. So let's talk about some of the modifications that I've actually done to this car. I bought this car completely stock bone standard, and I like to think that I've made it OEM plus. So some of the things I've done to the car is it's been lowered 30mm on the front and 35mm on the rear on H&R lowering springs. The interior has been changed, with the dash trims have been redone in carbon fibre. I've changed the wing mirrors to brushed aluminium wing mirror caps from the Scirocco R model. I've also had the wheels powder coated in like a black chrome finish. Now, another thing that really irritated me on the TDI model is they have 2 exit exhausts on the left hand side of the car. Now, I'm OCD and I really didn't like how that wasn't symmetrical, so I upgraded the rear exhaust to a R exhaust, so it has an exit either side, and got rid of the rubbish textured plastic rear valance and changed out of a gloss black one. And this will make your eyes water. I like to do everything the best I can do it, and I thought the only option for me was to buy genuine. Well, Muggins here paid £700 for that. So, oh, we've got a car coming at us. Muggins here paid £700 for that. I did regret it after I'd done it. But anyhow, got the rear exhaust done. I haven't really done much more than that, to be fair. It's not a modification, but I put Michelin PS4 tyres all the way around, and that is probably about it. But in my opinion, it's just OEM plus. There's not a lot of things that you would like to do to this car because it doesn't really need it. Now, sitting inside this car, you've got a really low roof line, which gives you proper sports car vibes. You're sitting behind the wheel of a Scirocco, and you could easily think that you're sitting behind the wheel of a high-end sports car or something like that, because it just has such a nice, compact place to sit. We've got a car coming. It's not very good for the video. It's the trouble with rural Norfolk. Lots of back roads, very narrow, not a lot of passing places. So yeah, that is pretty much this car specifically. Now, inside this particular model, we've got your normal radio, you've got your phone, Bluetooth capabilities, you've got your nav, which is quite good. However, I don't really use sat navs in cars because I don't think they're as good as the phone. But just a general nice place to sit. Obviously, you've got leather heated seats, leather steering wheel, flat bottom steering wheel, and just everywhere in here is just finished to a nice standard. Parking sensors, all the good stuff that you'd want. Now, one of the things that draw me to this car in particular is the fact that where I am, there isn't really many Sciroccos about of this kind. There's lots of pre-facelift Sciroccos, but there aren't many facelift ones or facelift ones that are to my sort of specification. Now, another big selling point of this car is the fact that they stopped producing it in 2017. Now, that means that this car is the newest model of its kind. Until Volkswagen release a electric sort of super concept version of it, this is the latest model Volkswagen Scirocco you can buy, which means that my car is always going to be the latest car on the market, which from a depreciation value is only going to help it, and you just feel a bit better knowing that you haven't got a really old car. Well, it will get old, but you know what I mean. So then, like I say, 30,000 miles down the road, and I've had a smile on my face for every single one of them. The car drives really well. You can chuck it into corners. Ah, brilliant. A tractor. Just what we need on a rural country road in Norfolk when you're trying to film a car review. So the ride then of this car. You can chuck this car into any corner and you haven't got to worry. It just sticks to the road like a Formula 1 car. It's absolutely grippy as anything. That is obviously aided by the Michelin PS4s. Pickup, although the car has been remapped from 150 brake to 180 brake, it picks up really well. You can overtake cars without a problem. You can put your foot down and you know you're not going to be in any danger because your car doesn't provide the power that you want it to have. But the only thing I will say with this car is you get a lot of torque steer. Now, I can't remember if it was like that on the standard 150 brake, or if it's because I had it remapped and obviously it has more torque, but that does give a lot of torque steer, which is a bit irritating sometimes. You put your foot down, you have to really hold on to the steering wheel because you feel like you're going to go all over the place. Hopefully you're enjoying this video, guys. I just wanted to interrupt quickly and say that 77.7% of you guys are watching our content but not actually subscribed to our channel. So if you are one of them statistics, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon and share our content with your friends. It really does help. Back to the review. So we're now on the inside of the car. Now, as I explained earlier, this place is such a nice cockpit to be. So starting up from seating position, you sit really nice in the car, good level, good view out the windscreen. You're greeted by this flat bottom leather steering wheel, which is really nice as well. Obviously carbon dash trims, which has really set this off. Now the seats are comfy, they're really hugging. Obviously leather seats as well, which is a nice option to have because some of these don't even have leather seats. Heated seats as well. You've got all your entertainment here on the infotainment system, radio, Bluetooth, media, nav, all that good stuff. Heated seats, heated rear screen. Got another tractor coming. In terms of usability, the Scirocco only has 4 seats, which is a bit of a downside, but if you like me, I don't really pick anyone up. Apart from the missus on a Friday night when she's been out clubbing, I don't really have many friends, so I don't have many people to pick up really, so for me that isn't an issue. 12 volt plugs and USB sockets everywhere. You've got 2 cup holders in the middle for when your missus wants to go through the Starbucks drive-through, so that is always handy, keeps her happy. But overall, just a lovely place to be, and you can't fault it. For £11,000, the bang for your buck with this car is definitely up there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and drop a like on this video. See you later.
Happy Jubilee, Mary. And thank you for everything.
That's very kind.